what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it. All right, let's look at the LSU offense. Like we said, UCLA's offense is god-awful, okay? LSU's defense must use this as a chance to gain in confidence. To put last thing on UCLA's offense, just to really drive it home.
Last thing on Diddy.
No. UCLA's offense only is converting 28% of their third downs. They're the only sub-30 team in the Big Ten. So take advantage. UCLA's defense, not much better. The rush defense is fine. It's kind of inflated by the Hawaii game. Pass defense, second to last, right? The thing is, so let's look at it. The defense is bad as well. Jake, what is the number one thing that you want to see out of LSU's offense on Saturday?
Caden Durham continue to grow, continue to gain confidence, and maybe take over as RB1. You'll still run a running back by committee, but I just think that LSU needs somebody to take that over. Now, we've talked about it often. You can be a running back by committee and still have an RB1. Like in 2007, I led in carries, but we were going to play Charles. We were going to play Keelan. We were going to play Trendon. We were going to play Richard. Like all those guys were going to play. Like I got a bulk of the carries, and we spread it out, amongst us. I don't know what the percentages would be, but like we still all got touches. Like that's okay, and I still want LSU to do that because they have different backs with different skills. But I would love to see Caden Durham say, "Nope, I'm RB1. This is going to be what it is moving forward," because last week was highly impressive.
Alondra, what about you? What's the number one thing you want to see at LSU on Saturday? Offense.
The offense, it looks like they're getting their running game going. So I want it to see it be like at 100%. Like I want to see Caden Durham out there.
Okay. So you and Jake in the same vein.
To be honest, I completely tuned out what y'all were just talking about.
I could tell. I could tell. You did great. You did okay. You did great.
Hey, you found your way to the same thing.
You found your way to the same answer Jake said. Yeah. So your football instincts have served you well. Taylor, what about you?
When you get into goal-to-go situations, you have to score touchdowns. That's what kept South Carolina in that game. Because if you think about it, you were inside the 12-yard line twice, came away with 0 points. It's 14 points. You would have had over 50. This is not a ball game at that point. You win by 17. You don't win by 3. I get it. UCLA's not that great, but, they're also a Big Ten team. You let them hang around long enough, you don't want that to happen. You have to score when you get inside goal-to-go situations.
Well, the thing is, even though the stats aren't terrible in red zone, they're not great, they're not terrible, but 3 times inside the 5 this year to come away with no points is too many, way too many. And you can hear Brian Kelly because people are like, take the points, and even in his press conference he dropped a line in. It was very subtle. He dropped a line in about I think it's like an 83% chance to score a touchdown there, basically saying I'm trying to play the odds here. Like the fact that so if it's an 83% chance every time, that means it's a 1/5 that and you haven't scored 3. It's 1/5 times 1/5 is 1/25 times another 5. What's 1 out of 125? Because napkin math says that is the percentage chance that you would get there 3 times and not score a touchdown. So that's got to be fixed.
Well, it wasn't just South Carolina, right? We did it twice against South Carolina, but you got inside the 15.
Opening drive.
3 times inside the 15, came away 3 points.
Oh, 3 times. Yeah, that's right. That's a problem. That's got to get fixed. You mentioned not letting him hang around, and you linked a good article here from – go ahead.
Sorry, but to Taylor's point, don't try to be something you're not down there as well. Like, I know that we all – think of LSU as hey, we're going to line up, we're going to run load power, you can't stop us. That's who we are. That's who we were. You and I, when we played. And it's okay not to be that. And some people get mad when I say that and we got to be tough. Toughness is not the issue. I think it's just who you've recruited, what you are, and what you have been. You haven't been a team that's going to line up with all these tight ends. You don't have a lot of tight ends. You've got one Y, one that's trying to figure out how to be a Y, and one that's an F.
Yeah.
All right. You're moving offensive linemen 2 tight end in the game because you're deficient there. But to what that's trying to be. Spread them out.
Mm-hmm.
Play your offense. Like when you try to get everything, to beef back up and try, that's just not who you are. And again, that is okay because you've made a lot of, plays offensively since you haven't been that, right? I mean, when's the last time LSU was that team? It's been 6-7 years, and that's okay. But when you get down there, and I credit them for trying. I mean, they tried a full house backfield.
I'm about to say, I kind of like the full house package.
Well, that's great, but that's just not who you are. I mean, you had to go bring a defender over there.
He did good, though. You saw that first block.
Well, I know. Well, he went to Evangel. He's threw on great. Of course he did. But you know what I mean? Like, down there, just don't assume you have to do something. I'm not saying that you can't, but I think your game is more spreading everything out because that's who you've recruited to. You have a quarterback that understands the situations. And right now, you haven't been good on goal line situations or any short yardage situations when you've tried to do that.
In a lot of those short yardage, though, you have tried to spread it out and it hasn't worked. So they gotta like. I definitely agree with maybe commit to an identity, no matter what you want to be, but the execution's got to be higher either way.
They spread it out, though, but with the tight end and a receiver motioning in to be on the edge.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's
I'm thinking
not really
about like
spreading it out.
Yeah. Either way, they got like that 3rd and 1 last week, very beginning of the game. You need to get a first down. South Carolina went on a good extended drive. You need to keep the ball for a little bit, let the defense catch their breath, get a little confidence in yourself, and a pass blocking bust leads you to end up with an incompletion where you're trying to spread it out and you had it. I mean, it was open to hit right there, but you didn't execute. So yeah, I agree with y'all. A short yardage, red zone execution has to be higher. And Taylor, you linked a great article from Nicholas Rome, 3 absolute musts for the LSU football team against UCLA. And the one that I really agree with here, and I didn't realize I agreed with it until I read it, because I hadn't really thought about it as much, is starting faster. You've only scored 9 first quarter points, and they all came against Nichols. And that's been interesting because this offense has been really good. I mean, the second half against South Carolina was an absolute masterclass. Like I said, third quarter, you outgained them like 175-1 or whatever it was. Even USC, you had a strong opening drive, but you don't come away with points. That has to change, especially against a team like UCLA, which is bad, which has no confidence, which is brittle and ready to break. Don't give them hope. Go ahead and break them early. It's a bad defense. You need the emergence of Caden Durham. Use a mixture of that run game and Garrett Nussmeier, who's on fire right now, and I think we'll get better every single week. And go ahead, start fast, score early, and break UCLA out the gates. Break the guys in the sissy blue.
Oh, no.
You could say it. You could say it this year, dude. It's safe. You can say it this year. It wasn't going to need to call them Sissy Blue when they had a tight end nicknamed Baby Gronk. Or a running back named Zach Charbonnet. But you can say it now. You can say it now. And this is not that UCLA. Or at least, I mean, I hope not. Absolute disaster if that happened again. So that's what I want to see out of the LSU offense. Again, guys, look. The analysis for this game is really simple. You're way better than them. You're in the 3rd year of Brian Kelly. In terms of stability, the program is about as stable and consistent as it's been in a long time, right? And so you are the polar opposite of UCLA in every way. You have all the advantages. You're at home. There is no excuse not to absolutely dominate this game in all 3 phases. Full stop. Wow, Jake. What incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.